Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy 2. Last time, we started our adventure by seeing a gigantic Bowser kidnap Peach, we met our friends the Lumas, and now we have our very own starship in the shape of our face. How lovely. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and take the helm of the ship and chase after Bowser. So, this is the world map. Just point your destination and then press the A button to jump into that galaxy. Like I said, this spaceship runs on energy from power stars. Right now, it looks like we got enough power stars to go this far, to one more level. We're gonna need more power stars though. So let's do it, for your princess and my crew. Take it away, Captain. So we could go on to our next world here, Yoshi Star Galaxy, but we still have one more star we can collect in Sky Station Galaxy, the first galaxy of the game. So let's go ahead and fly to this galaxy instead. I want to go ahead and try to get as many stars as I can in a given galaxy before moving on. So with that said, let's go after our second power star here, storming the Sky Fleet. So now that we're doing another power star here in the first level, I can go ahead and talk about just how these power stars work in the game entirely. Just like the first Mario Galaxy game, each power star has their own set of level structures you'll go through. So we're not going to go through the same level again with no changes. So we're going to be going through this level in a very different way. Right here, as you can see, we got chain chomps here that are chasing us down. These rolling balls here hurt a lot. And there's only one way to really destroy these right now, which is with these little plants. You want to go ahead and attack one of these with your spin attack. Doing so will push it into a chain chomp, and it's the only way to really damage one of these things. It's kind of hard to aim, but if you can go ahead and aim it just right, you can go ahead and get this key here from this chain chomp. And as you can see, we kill these things in one shot. As you can see, that chain chomp dropped the key which we needed, because that was the one we needed to kill to gain access to our next area. But I want to go ahead and attack more of these things here because one of them has a rainbow star for us to go ahead and use. So now we're invincible. Being invincible, we can also kill chain chomps, which is very good. And now, I'm not really going to be able to use this thing properly. So I'm just trying to see if I can hit this treasure chest, please. It is like near impossible to do with the power star going off, or the rainbow star, I should say. So this thing is on a timer, as you can see. Even when you're talking to someone, the timer is still active. So even though I'm talking to this Luma, where he's telling me just jump in the launch star and go, the timer is still going off. So that was a good time to talk about that. If I came into the segment here with the rainbow star, it wouldn't really matter. The only thing I'd be able to do here is destroy these bullet bills with ease, because the rainbow star will allow you to destroy bullet bills as well. But here, I'm going to go ahead and use my long jump a bit, which basically you crouch, and then you jump, and you get a long jump, which is a staple in the 3D Mario games. And now that we have the Rainbow Star, who needs long jumping? We can just run. So I'm running around this area looking for a specific point to jump into, but for now, let's go ahead and destroy as many of these things as we can to get as many star bits as we can. The more star bits you get in the game, the better you'll basically be, because star bits, they're pretty important in the Galaxy games. If you get 100 star bits, you'll get yourself a 1-up, but you don't just need these for collecting sake. You can also use the star bits as a form of attack. If you point at the screen and press the B button on the Wii remote, you'll fire off one of your star bits to attack an enemy. It won't hurt them, but it'll stun them. So as you can see right here, I have an enemy. I'm not going to shoot it because we're in glass right now, so the star bit's just going to bounce off the glass and just not do anything, which is kind of annoying. Oh, it just got zapped. That hurts. But down here, you could get a 1-up. I didn't miss that, but I didn't miss this bonus game, so we'll have our chance at another 1-up here. And with another rainbow star, so we can go ahead and just run around like crazy. Let's just wait for these 1-ups to appear a bit. These 1-ups don't stay active forever in these bonus games. They're on a set timer too, so once that timer's gone, the 1-ups are gone as well. So you gotta move fast. And you don't have much time in these bonus segments, so once again, you gotta move really quick, because if you don't, you're gonna miss your chance on getting another life. So we just gotta wait for this moving platform here to line us up in just the right spot. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted the long jump, but it's not too big of a deal. We can go ahead and jump into our launch star here and get a move on. So let's go ahead and hit our checkpoint here. And we have these little platforms that we can go ahead and walk on, which once we do, as you can see, it changes the question mark to an exclamation point. And we need to change all these blue question marks into yellow exclamation points to move on. If you step on one of these platforms after the change, you'll change them back, so keep that in mind. But the sign here is telling us to watch out. If we go ahead and read it, it warns us about something called cosmic clones. So once we step on here, we'll start to notice these things spawn. The cosmic clones will follow the exact movements that you make. So the cosmic clones are basically you. And these things, they do hurt, but as you can see, they do every single move that Mario has in his arsenal. They can spin jump, they can do a triple jump, long jump, ground pound, you name it. Whatever you do, they will copy. So you can use that to your advantage and have them copy moves that will make them slower. Just to make things easier on you, you can do things like just kind of jump in a constant row, or maybe you want to go ahead and just walk in a circle for a little bit to confuse them. You can go ahead and do that. So the cosmic clones are interesting for that reason. But as you can see, I just shot a star bit there at that piranha plant. Doing so, I was able to stun it, which allowed me to jump on its head with ease. So that's what you can do with the star bits. You don't just collect these things just for the sake of collecting. You can go ahead and use them to also attack things, which is very nice. Alright, now let me see. Can I jump over the bullet bill? Yes, I can. That's very nice. So I'm glad I was able to do that. I thought for sure that thing was going to hit me. But luckily, we got some pretty good jumping distance with our backflip there. So Mario can get some pretty nice height from his jumps, as you can see. But sometimes it's not enough, so I like to usually do a backflip and then do a spin jump to go ahead and maximize the height of my jump as much as I can. So got some more star bits, got some more coins. And really, coins don't do too much in the game, but they have more of a purpose than they did in the first Mario Galaxy. And you'll see what I'm talking about a little bit later in the game. Wish I can give you more help than just cheering from the sidelines. You know, a friend with another Wii remote can join up with you. Then one of my co-star Lumas can help out. They can help you take down enemies and get some extra star bits. So if you want a partner, don't be shy about asking a friend to jump in. So the co-star feature, we're not going to be looking at that for a while, and the reason being is it's a more fleshed out co-op system than the first Galaxy game has, but at the same time, it's not that much more fleshed out that I really need to show it off a lot of the times in the playthrough, so we'll be taking a look at the co-star feature later on in this game. So for now, let's just go ahead and jump into our next galaxy here, the Yoshi Star Galaxy, and let's collect our first star here. Saddle up with Yoshi. So in our first galaxy, there are mentions about Yoshi just leaving his house and helping out some friends. So that mention of Yoshi wasn't just the title drop him in the Galaxy 2. No, instead, we have a mention of Yoshi to foreshadow what's going to happen. So we can actually join up with Yoshi and have our good old dinosaur friend from past Mario games help us out in our adventure here. So we just have to go ahead and free him from his egg there first, because we kind of can't do anything right now when he's in the egg. He's just kind of taking a nap right now in a prison, so yeah, we're going to want to go ahead and just stomp on this Magic Koopa. And wow, Mario kind of looks like he's getting stretched there. It's a little weird. I didn't really mention this difference though, but there's two types of Goombas in the game. There is one lighter Goomba and one dark Goomba. The dark Goombas are weak, so if you spin attack those things, they die in one shot. But if you spin attack the lighter Goombas, the ones that are normally in the Mario series, they get stunned. So that's your difference with Goombas. But if you spin one of these eggs, you'll free a Yoshi. And now, we have Yoshi to help us out. You saved me! I was trying to save my friends, but then I got turned into an egg and trapped. I know, we should team up. Come on, hop on my back. We could hop on your back, or we can spin onto your back. Spin right near Yoshi and you'll go ahead and jump right into his back immediately. And with Yoshi, we can go ahead and point at the screen and use his tongue to eat enemies. So he works very much like how he did in older Mario games. He has the flutter jump, which is something that was introduced in Yoshi's Island. So we can go ahead and use that to also help us out in platforming, which makes jumping in this game a lot more safe, because while the spin jump technique does allow you to get some extra height, it's not going to guarantee you like the flutter jump can. The flutter jump can just make you feel safer, which is what I like about it. But I want to go ahead and jump up here because we get ourselves the common medal of this level, so that's nice. And we can go ahead and control the camera, by the way, by using the D-pad. That's not something I've already mentioned until now. And you can go ahead and go in the first person if you're standing still and holding up. And you can go ahead, look around, use your pointer to collect star bits as well. But like I said, the camera's not something I normally mess with all too much in the Galaxy games, just because it's not really as useful as it could be, if that makes any sense. Like, this camera's okay, but I just feel like the game, for the most part, does a pretty good job at doing camera control on its own. But this level itself, we can go ahead and show off the fact that Yoshi can tongue more than one enemy at a time and eat them. So because of that, you want to go ahead and maximize the amount of enemies Yoshi can tongue by getting a lot of these things in your reticle. Yoshi can tongue up to 3 things at once, so his tongue has some reach, and you really want to use that reach whenever you have a chance. So this guy right here is kind of a problem, Yoshi, because now we can't tongue anything. We can make out with him, but Yoshi doesn't swing that way. So let's go ahead and shake him off. And let's just collect more of these star bits. And let's see if we can tongue these 3 guys. Oh, no, we didn't. We only got 1. But we can get the other 2 in one shot. So we got this giant fruit. If we go ahead and grab our tongue and then pull back, we can go ahead and pull that fruit right off. Sometimes Yoshi's tongue isn't strong enough to eat something in one shot, so you want to go ahead and grab it and pull it back, pretty much like a rope. But you can also use Yoshi's tongue to hit checkpoints too, which is pretty useful. I mean, it's not really something that useful, but you know, it's a nice little thing to do. And of course, I get Bowser of all things from that. So there's 1 of 3 outcomes when you spin that dice. You get a 1-up mushroom, you can go ahead and get a coin, or you can get Bowser, which gives you an enemy. And of course I gotta get Bowser the first time we see one of those things. I just have some really bad luck. But here we are. This planet looks familiar. It's probably because it is pretty much a planet that's existed before in the Mario Galaxy series. This was ripped right from Good Egg Galaxy. This planetoid, 1-to-1, is right from Good Egg Galaxy from Mario Galaxy 1. So this is proof that the game here, Super Mario Galaxy 2, was originally just going to be an add-on to the original Mario Galaxy. The reason why this became its own separate game was mainly just because of how the Wii can do downloadable content. The Wii didn't have too much of an internal memory, so it was really hard to put something like this onto something like the WiiWare service, because the game wouldn't be able to fit. It would just be too big for the WiiWare, and the Wii wouldn't be able to download it because of that. So that's one reason why this game got put onto its own separate disc as its full-fledged game. But after a while, the development of this game just got so expansive that it just made sense to make this its own standalone title instead of just an expansion to the first Galaxy game. So that's how big this game got. It's not just more Galaxy, it's its own separate thing with its own separate storyline. Even though it's very similar, it's still different enough. Because really, how different can you make the Mario storyline nowadays? It's very similar. You pretty much have the same kind of issues happening throughout all the games. Peach gets kidnapped, Bowser's bad guy, Mario must go save her. That's pretty much a lot of the Mario game's story, no matter if it's 2D or 3D. So we've only been seeing recently that the Mario game's story has been changing. Take, for example, Super Mario 3D World. That game, it has a completely different story than other Mario games, because not only is Peach with you, so she can't get kidnapped for once, but it's also taking place in a whole new area. It's not taking place in the Mushroom Kingdom anymore, which is nice. So that's a really nice thing about the story that's been changing, and at this time, we haven't really seen that change happen yet, so we just have the, you know, traditional story we're all kind of used to. So story just kind of takes a back seat in Galaxy 2, if you want me to be completely honest here. It's not really something that important, nor is it that expanded upon. So I don't really mind that too much, to be honest. As long as the game's good, then if it has a weak story, then I can live with that. I would prefer if a game had a good story to it as well, but Mario games are never known for those stories, so to me, that's not really too big of an issue. But right here, I want to go ahead and just grab our star with Yoshi using his tongue. As you can see, he can grab these flowers and he can go ahead and swing around like a nice old grappling hook, which is pretty cool. that's another Power Star collected with our friend Yoshi. So with Yoshi at our side, now we have more possibilities than we did in the first Galaxy game for platforming, which is really cool. And once again, that's also what makes this game pretty different compared to the first Galaxy game. A lot of people like to compare Galaxy 1 and 2 in a lot of different ways because their gameplay is the same, but Galaxy 2 does just enough stuff that's different from the first game. So to me, I can justify this being a sequel. Say, I don't mean to pry or anything, but what is that thing over there? I mean, be straight with me, pal. You hatching alien eggs now, right? So, we have Yoshi now on Starship Mario, so whenever we're introduced to a new power-up, a new friend, or in this case, a new power-up that's a friend, we can go ahead and apparently backflip all the time, because that's what I want. Can I please just get on the top of Mario's hat, please? Thank you. I'm trying to get on here, and then long jump over to Yoshi. It's so hard to do, I swear. But yeah, there we go. We can go ahead and use Yoshi to get to areas that we couldn't get to normally, and we just kind of play around with him on the ship, so Yoshi's not really something that you'll be using all the time on Starship Mario, but at the same time, he's just here, so you can kind of just play around with him, and that's a very nice little treat. But there we go, we got ourselves a 1-up because we collected enough star bits here in the starship, so our total is now even bigger. But with Yoshi in hand, we can go ahead and explore more of the galaxies. We can just kind of play around with Yoshi here in Starship, but I think for now, I'm going to go ahead and call the episode here. So, next time on Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy 2, we'll continue with our friend Yoshi here and explore more of the Yoshi Star Galaxy and more. I'll see you guys next time.